Let me tell you that a place you have just seen is not a park or a holiday zone. That marvelous place is a university of divine culture. The university was founded many years ago, and in Hindi they call it the Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya. In this film, we will tell you about students of the university, about their lifestyle, studies, and who they will become. Importantly, we will tell you how foreign citizens can study here. Dr. Chinmay, thank you for finding time to have a conversation about your university. So, my first question is, when was the university established and why was it named the Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya?
A wonderful question. Dhanyavad, Nikolai. Pleasure to actually answer this question to you. This university is a very unique concept that is a brainchild of Vedamurti Taponishta Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya. He had a vision that if educational institutions would become only a source of giving degrees and certificates to the students, then there is no difference between us and a photocopy machine. Who would give the values, who would instigate them to follow the right path in the life, who would take them to the righteous path, principles, morals and values. So with this vision, he thought about an academic institutions where students can be noble, selfless, warm-hearted, compassionate in 1964. And that vision was taken forward by the current Chancellor, Honorable Dr. Pranab Pandya. And in 1998, they purchased this piece of land, which is 92 acres currently. And a postgraduate college was started initially. That was later on converted into the first state private university of Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhand came in November 2001 and we were born in January 2002. So we are almost as old as the state of Uttarakhand. So we are the first state private university of Uttarakhand, and it was established with a very unique vision of giving the right direction to the students so that they are not only getting the degrees and certificates, but they are also getting the right values, principles, morals and the righteous path for the life.
How many students are there at university and what specialities can they get?
Currently the students, the university is a fully residential university. So all the students who are studying here for the regular programs, they are supposed to stay within the university premises. And those students, we have got about 1600, ranging from certificate program, diploma, bachelor, masters and PhD program. Then we also have a distance learning department where students, they come, study over the weekend and they study for a longer duration and then they get their certificate via distance education mode. And there we have about 3800 to 4000 students. So the total strength of the university, if we take into account of both distance learning and the regular students, is about 5500 students, both regular and the distance learning. Currently the university have got 10 departments and 10 faculties within the university. We are largest in India to offer courses in yoga and health. So we have 400 plus regular students and 3000 plus distance learning students who are getting education through 11 regular and many modular programs in Department of Yoga and Health. Then we have got Department of Psychology offering Bachelor, Masters, PhD program. Then we have Department of Computer Sciences offering Bachelor, Masters, PhD in Computer Sciences and Mathematics. Department of Tourism offering in History, Culture and Tourism, Bachelor, Masters, PhD program. We have Department of Communication in Journalism, Mass Communication, Animation. We have Department of Oriental Studies offering in Theology, Indian Classical Music, Life Management, Scientific Spirituality. Department of Environmental Sciences, Department of Education, Department of Rural Management. So we have about 62 course programs and many modular programs and also distance education program. But the beauty of the courses are that while we are very good in the conventional and the wisdom oriented courses of this Indian land of Veda, Sanskriti, Yoga, Ayurveda, we are also very good in the contemporary courses like animation, visual effects, journalism, mass communication, film studies, all these that we are trying to teach here with an idea that the ancient wisdom of India should be provided in the contemporary context. So the students, they have got a well-rounded understandings. They have got the scientific understanding but the spiritual mindset to give best and the gift to the society.
So, as far as I understand, your university does not offer only bachelor and master's degree, but also higher degrees.
Absolutely, even above the doctorate. We are the only university which also has got the DLET and DSc program, and we have got the people studying. DLET and DSc are being run by the many universities, but we are unique in the sense that the people who are doing the DLET and DSc program here, they are doing in the unique disciplines like yoga, which only few universities are offering at the moment.
How many years does it take to complete degrees of different levels?
So if the students enroll through bachelor's course program and they do not fail in their study program, then they would avail their final degree in about 10 years. So it takes about 3 years for the bachelor program, 2 years for the master's program, then PhD takes about 3 to 5 years. So altogether, if nobody fails their examination and they do everything right, then it's about 10 to 12 years of study. But there are also short-term programs available, like certificate programs available for 6 months, diploma programs are available for 1 year, and even the short-term programs are available, like for the people who are interested in yoga, complementing alternative medicine. We have got 7 days, 10 days, 15 days, 1 month lasting program, tailor-made program for their specific needs.
What is the main difference of DSVV from other universities? What is a tradition Gurukul?
There are many differences. The tradition of the Gurukul in India comes from the idea that the people who are the Acharya, like Param Pujya Gurudev's name has got the name Acharya, Pandit Shri Ram Sharma Acharya. And the word Acharya comes from Acharan. Acharan means to live. That the ancient India had the tradition that the people who were able to live the teachings that they are teaching, only those people were selected to teach the students, not for everyone. Only those people who were daring enough, who were like, who had the power and the privilege to teach from their life, they selected the profession of the teaching, they became the Acharya. And the Gurukul Parampara was that these people were teaching from their life, so students were going there, learning from them. Gurudev said that in the current context, when it is challenging to receive Acharya like Vasishtha and Vishwamitra, we should create an environment where students can learn from the environment. So this whole campus is created with a philosophy that students should and can learn from every single aspect of this university. Then there are a number of unique initiatives so that a student can learn that from the environment. We are the only university where there is no concept of the tuition fee. So we do not take the tuition fee from the student. In return, because society is contributing for their education, every student return it back to the society by working free for the society in a way of the internship. So that's the model that we have created, that there is no tuition fee but return it back to the society. Then there are very unique initiatives taken at the level of the curriculum, something called as the life management that we are teaching here. And the idea of the life management was that how a student can learn about the life. And for that, they even receive the guidance from the Honorable Chancellor, who takes the classes every Thursday for the students directly. And also it is based on the experiential gathering of the information. So they work in different areas, like they learn yoga and health, but they also learn martial art and karate. They learn English and Sanskrit communication, also learn Russian communication from you. They learn disaster management, environmental awareness. Idea is to develop a comprehensive understanding of everything. Then they also learn something which is only taught in the Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya, called as the scientific spirituality. The idea that Gurudev had, that science without spirituality becomes destructive, and religion without science becomes superstition. So both need to work together to give something valuable for the future. And this is the module that we teach here only in Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya. This is also the only university where we have got a tradition of the Jnana Diksha, that when students they learn the education, the tradition in India was that they would go to the teacher and ask them for the knowledge to be imparted to them. That ceremony was called the Diksha. An idea was that in India we nowadays celebrate Dikshant, which is the end of the Diksha, but not the beginning of the Diksha. So we became the first university to start this tradition, where a student should also receive it from the teacher, but in a way that it was taught at the Vedic times. That was the principle and the parampara, or the tradition or the heritage of the Gurukul, that is kept alive in the current day scenario in the Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya in a very contemporary context. So people call it modern Gurukul. We may or may not agree with that term, but the idea is that the Gurukul parampara, but in the present day setting, is alive in the Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya.
Who can become a student at the university?
Anyone can become a student of this university. You can become a student of this university. Anyone can become. For the Indian students, there is an age limit for certain programs, because it's a residential university, like I said, and they have to study intensively. We have got a very intense schedule, so they need to prove their physical flexibility for some program. For the overseas student, there is no age limit, but they need to prove their physical agility and flexibility for certain programs. And there is an eligibility criteria. As long as that eligibility criteria is met, and they follow the admission process, which is writing an examination, entrance examination, and passing that with the proper and appropriate procedure, then welcome to be a student.
Are there any special requirements for foreign students? Can Russian citizens become students of DSVV?
Absolutely. We have got many students from Russia who are now the DSVV students. The process for the international students to be part of the Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya is simple. They need to download the application form from the website of the university, which is www.dsvv.ac.in. They can download the application form, complete it, attach the necessary qualifying documents with it, and send it to our international education cell. They will go through the document, check the eligibility of the candidate, and then would write back to them if they are eligible for the admission, and then they have to follow the process as written in the letter of the provisional admission, contact the Indian embassy in the respective countries, and come to India as soon as possible.
I was lucky to have watched sports student competitions. I enjoyed that spectacular events very much. I know that students devote lots of attention to yoga. Are all students keen on yoga?
We have made it mandatory for every student, and I will give you an example. One of our faculty members, he is now an assistant professor in the computer sciences department. He went to take part in an international conference of computing sciences in Bangalore. And at the same time, there was an international yoga competition in Bangalore. So out of interest, he took part and got the gold medal. He is currently teaching yoga in Vietnam. So we have got this idea of everyone to be taught the yoga. And although for some courses it is mandatory, for some it is obligatory. But we have seen the trend that everyone who comes to the Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya would definitely like to learn not only the yoga but also Sanskrit and Yagya. Everyone actually learns that, takes part in that, and returns with a very good values.
I hope Russian people who are interested in India will see this interview. What can you wish to Russian people who would like to study at the university?
I will say that Gurudev called this organization as All World Gayatri Parivar. Parivar means family. So I will say to them that they have got one home in Russia, but they have got another home in Haridwar. Even if they have never visited the Haridwar, they should know that whenever they would like to come to Haridwar, they would like to come to Shantikund, they would like to come to Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya, then they should feel that they are not going to university, they are going to their home. They should come here like a family member. They would get the degrees, they would get the certificate, they would get the diplomas, but above all, they would get the direction for the life, and they would get their family of Indian friends and Indian members here who would look after them for rest of their life. So all of them are welcome like a family member.
We hope that the bond between India and Russia will get stronger in the future, and lots of our people will be willing to come to India and study at your university.
Спасибо, намасте.
Possible, namaste. Possible.
बाद जो 2 बच्चे हैं वो बैग समर तौर पे खाना चाहते हैं, वो भी रेडी रहें।
है जिसके प्रणेता परम पूज्य गुरुदेव परम वंदनीय माता जी रहे और जिसके व्यापक फलक पर हम सभी क्षुद्र से प्रतिनिधि।
हमारे श्रद्धेय हमारे जीजी जी एक माता पिता की तरह हमें एक गुरुकुल जैसी परंपरा में हम रहे और काफ़ी कुछ सीखा है।
अपने देव संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय जिसमें हम लोग ने ग्रेजुएशन किया, मास्टर्स किया, आज पीएचडी की डिग्री हमें यहाँ से मिल रही है, तो वी आर वेरी थैंकफुल टू डीएसवीवी।
The doors of the Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya are open for all.